Hot. Howdy.
Mics are hot. I ask this every episode. All right, I'm pouring some cognac. Tonight, we've got the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Saul Bliss on the podcast.
I didn't tell you to do that intro, did I? That
was all me. Yeah.
Alex likes to just wing it.
Yeah, I always wing all of this, just freestyle.
So whatever comes out, comes out.
Yeah.
So.
I like it.
Yeah.
So, do we start off with the Manifest Fest video as well?
I didn't open up with the Manifest.
No, all right, we'll play in the background.
I figured we'd open up with who Soul is first, and then we'd go into Manifest.
Me first.
Yeah. We're really winging it.
Who we've got on the podcast.
All right, g'day. How you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Thanks for having me.
No, of course. I've been wanting to get you on for a long time, though, because I messaged you. I think it was like a year or 2 years ago. I think it was, and you said message me at the end of the year, but then we got so crammed full of guests. I was like, I just kind of forgot, and then I thought, okay, well, you've
been busy. I've been watching. It's good.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Well, like you said before, like everyone else should also like hit the notification thing. So every time we go live, you get a ding.
Yeah. Oh, I told you we've got 5 here now.
Yeah. We got 5 people. Yeah.
We get double digits. We know we're rocking.
Yeah. So, who are you and what do you do?
Who am I? Right. I'm Saul Bliss. I am. Who am I? Deep one. Well, half an hour later.
Yeah, that's it. The whole life story.
Well, short answer, I guess. I'm a DJ of 30 years. Promoter from probably about the same.
30 years is a long time.
It is. It makes me very old.
But you would have seen a lot, though.
I've seen a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot. Some things I don't want to see, but I have seen a lot. Yeah. So DJ, promoter, and producer. But I kind of only like when people say, "Oh, I'm a DJ." It's like, well, yeah, but do you make money out of it? Do you make your living out of being a DJ? No, well, it's just a hobby then. Do you know what I mean? Like so I wouldn't call myself. I produce music, but I wouldn't really call myself a producer because, I don't really make that much. Well, I make fuck all. No, are you allowed to swear on this? Yeah.
Yeah, of course you can.
You make fuck all money out of it.
That's exactly it.
Yeah.
That's about it.
COVID.
Yeah. Oh, either or, I don't mind.
So what was I saying?
Yeah, already lost track.
So it's been a long day.
Yeah.
The producing thing. So I wouldn't call myself a producer. I have made records and I have put them out, but it's not making any money.
That's it.
I don't think it really, even for even the big boys.
Yeah, they don't make money at all. Like,
I mean, if you're smashing out, millions of live streams on the socials and stuff like that, and on Spotify, you can make some money, I think, but the numbers you've got to do
exactly
are nuts.
I think a lot of money is made from like touring and shows and stuff like
that.
Yeah,
well, that's the model now, isn't it? Make a big tune, use that as your profile,
sorry, you keep going. I was gonna say, can you quickly just look up the price ranges? Because like there's a statistic where it's like...
you can actually load up, because I think somebody the other day said to Jodie and Pacha.
One of my price ranges for what?
Just
Spotify plays, I think.
Yeah.
How much you get for 1 million Spotify plays?
That's it. Yeah. And it's something like $1 or something like that US.
Yeah,
it's nothing.
It's shit. I mean, the thing is, if you're making music to make money, then you either like making commercial music, or you make commercial music purposely to make money. Do you know what I mean? But
that's it.
I guess if you're a person that likes underground music and makes underground music, you're not going to get millions and millions and millions of streams. I mean, like you could get underground hits that move over like that. What was that thing out of Melbourne that came out 4 years ago, but then got really big this year and got millions of streams?
Oh, what? Not Melbourne Bounce, because that was a while ago.
All I need.
Oh yeah, Is Your Love Tonight? Yeah,
What's
isn't
it
that
called? Sean House or something? I don't know. Begins
Sean
with an
House?
S. No, it's called. I can't remember who it is.
okay?
But anyway, that got put out like 3 or 4 years ago. But then suddenly it was
TikTok.
like, exactly. Like tunes that get on TikTok and things like that. That's you know, viral stuff.
It's all memes,
like fucking Island Boys and things like that.
Exactly.
How does that even work?
Yeah, I know.
That's
yeah,
weird,
yeah. But kids, it's just like they sit there and they love that kind of
what
stuff.
I think,
and-
right, is there like thousands of knobheads like that doing TikToks in their pool, thinking, "Oh, I might be the next Island Boy."
Here's one. You might not have seen this. Look up TikTok houses. There are literal houses that people
heard,
buy.
yeah.
And
there's
So just that, he knows that. We're in one.
Yeah.
So Paul Clark has just said, "Okay, Saul, would you like me to sing on your next track?"
Is that Paul Clark from England?
Maybe.
Is
And we've hit 11. We're in full
Double
ball now.
figures, boom! We're melting the router. We're gonna get closed down in a minute.
Yeah.
I think that's my mate Paul from England. He's nuts, but in a really good way.
In a good way.
But yeah, I just think there might be like loads of people, like are there thousands of kids like just being pricks in front of the camera, thinking they might be picked up being a knobhead.
Yep. Unfortunately,
and then but there's 99% of them just being knobheads.
Yep.
And they're not getting anywhere.
That's
just think
exactly
you're wasting your life being a knobhead.
Yeah, that's it. It's just
I
the
just
digital.
want to be an island boy.
Yeah, that's it.
Fucking
Just
mad,
an
isn't it?
island boy. Yeah.
I just want to be 5 minutes of fame,
Yep.
looking like a prick.
Yep. All right. We segued a little bit.
We went off on one there, didn't we?
So-
So like that got to do. What's that got to do with me? But.
Also, Paul Clark says yes. It is the Paul Clark. you're thinking of.
Paul, legend. He's an absolute legend. Yeah, we used to work with him in a clothes shop when I was 18,
Nice.
and he used to. I'm
Yeah.
not sure I can say this. Really. But he used to. Oh, fuck it.
Come on, Paul, give us permission.
Yeah.
Yeah, Paul won't mind. He was a nutter. He used to be crazy, and we used to work in this clothes shop that used to play really loud dance music, and we used to sell rave tapes, and we used to sell all like rave wear and that. And over Christmas, we used to bring loads of drugs into work. We used to do drugs at work and drink red wine.
Very nice.
Cheers, Paul.
Yeah.
That's what I remember Paul for.
Thanks for the good times, Paul.
Yeah. So, where did it all start though? Like, how did you get into DJing, and how old were you, and the whole lot? Like,
Right. So basically, the beginning bit is I was into like old school hip hop, and dance music wasn't really around then. So it was like '92.
yeah.
And then I was into basketball and hip hop and US kind of vibe in England, in like a couple of hours out of London. And then my sister used to listen to rave. It was called rave then. It was all like, Carl Cox used to play like techno and breakbeat and jungle and techno. It used to be like, it was just a mashup. Do you know what I mean? Of all the genres. It wasn't like there was no tech. Well, there was techno and stuff, but you just like they played everything.
Yeah.
So she was into rave music. I used to listen to some of her like rave tapes when I was 16, 17.
How old? What was the age difference between you and your sister?
She was 19, so she was going out raving
Yep.
and doing things.
Yeah,
And
doing things.
I
Yeah.
was younger,
Yeah.
listening to her rave tapes.
How old were you though?
So I was like 16.
16. Okay. Yeah. Almost there, but not there. Yeah.
Almost there, but I couldn't go out. But I could go to raves, like illegal raves.
Yeah,
So
because they'd
when-
put you in jail, right?
Yeah, because I couldn't go. So I couldn't go to nightclubs, but I could go like raving. So I could go to a field. So once I got my driving license at 17, then I could like. I was like, right, we'll get in my car on a Friday night. We're going to drive to a rave.
Yeah.
So we used to
So
go.
you really cut your teeth in the underground scene then?
Yeah, let's say that. That sounds good.
Yeah.
Fucking around in
you
in
come from
fields
a
is what I'll call it. Though, yeah.
Yeah.
I prefer what you said. But yeah, so we used to go raving basically until I was old enough to go to clubs, and then started going clubbing, and then went to uni in London, and that's when I started going into clubs, and then
What were you studying at uni?
I did cross-cultural communication studies or something.
Okay.
It's one of them like. It was very enjoyable, but I'm not sure what I was going to do with it afterwards.
Yeah.
In fact, I never used it. But
And you did graduate though as well, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
but
But you just never used it.
nah.
Yeah.
I moved to came to Australia when I was 21, so I left.
Oh wow.
But so yeah, went out raving when I was a student, and the only way to get the music that you heard when you were out was to buy records,
Yeah.
because there was no MP3s or anything like that. So me and my mates, a couple of us were the ones that used to go out and buy records. So we go to the club on the weekend, and then on the Monday, Tuesday, when each record shop got their shipment of tunes,
Yeah.
you go in and kind of like kind of elbow people out the way and try and get to the front and get like one of the white labels that was coming in.
Yeah.
Pardon me. And so you like elbow your way to the front of the queue in a record shop, and you know, like in Human Traffic vibe, you know what I mean? Where it's like off the back wall.
We just had a comment just then. Saul, are you in Human Traffic too? Fork and Hopes. That's from Christian.
Hey, Christian,
shout out to Christian. Shout out to Mind Electric.
Mind Electric.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
he's smashing at the moment, isn't he?
Yeah.
Ben's also here.
Bencher.
The boss man. Hi, Saul.
Bencher. Nice. He's killing it as well. I'm really jealous of Ben.
Yeah.
He's one of these guys that's really good at production, and like I've been trying to make records for like 8-9 years, and
really
he's like, look what I made on my iPhone, and you're like, yeah, that's fucking great. and then he went and did a tool room course, tool room records, did that Mark Knight like academy thing, and I was like, his first 2 bloody tunes, got one on tool room, and then he got another one with Miguel Miggs, and
oh wow,
yeah, so he's smashing it. He's smashing it. So
congratulations, bro.
Big up Ben, you fucking talented bastard. I'm like one of those people who just has to like, slog away at
well, I was going to say the same thing as well, like with Christian, like his music.
Yeah, but he's been
doing it for a long time.
He's been doing it for a long time. So I mean, he's put the hard yards in, but he's very talented as well. That's it. Yeah, Sandy Rivera, Ben's been signed to as well. Not Miguel Miggs. Same. I saw fucking house.
Yeah.
Also, welcome back, Marco, and hi, Dan Oxenberry.
Yeah.
Big Dan as well. He's playing. These are all the Manifest lads.
Yes.
So yeah.
Speaking of Manifest, this might be a good time to bring that one in.
All right,
let's go into that if you want.
Yeah. All right.
What do you want to know?
Oh, what is Manifest? Tell us all about Manifest.
Okay. So basically, my parents have had this heritage like listed mansion house, bed and breakfast hotel thing out in York, which is like 90 minutes east on the way to Kalgoorlie from Perth, and we're just about to put the video up so you can have a little look at the place. And I've always wanted to do a party there basically, but mum and dad obviously not too keen on having loads of ravers running around the house.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
funnily enough.
And it's not inside though; it's outside, right?
So I thought, okay, we can do it outside and have it as a backdrop because it's a beautiful place.
Well, from the images from the video, it looks amazing.
Yeah, so the whole of York's set up for it really, because it's kind of like there's 800 beds in town, so we could essentially take over the whole town, and it would just be like a big holiday camp. Do you know what I mean? Because like everyone from the party would be in the town, so you can go to the pub and. You've got the audio there if you don't want to get a strike here.
It's alright, I've got it really low.
Okay.
And we're talking over the top.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
So yeah, it's just set up. It was just set up really in my mind to do something out there. And then, so since I've been back from Bali the last 2 years, I just kind of chipping away at mum and dad and kind of just laying the seeds. And
being like, come on,
I'm
please.
Like, oh, wow, maybe I should do something here. And they're like, you should really do a party here. I'm like, okay. And then I was like, yeah, right, so going to be on the 6th of March and blah, blah, and they're like, oh. So, yeah, I'm sending them away, and we're doing a bit of a gathering up there we can't do more than 500 people.
Is it on bed and breakfast or anything? Can we pull up images of the actual place at all?
If you go to the Faversham House website, there is... you can have a look at the inside of the place.
So,
but the thing is,
website called
favershamhouse.com.au.
Okay.
But I know that I've only got 7 bedrooms inside and got like 7 in the courtyard, which is like which is like the
holy shit.
Like
that's beautiful.
The servants' quarters. So.
So it's heritage listed, proper.
It was 1836. It was built.
Okay.
So there's a big base. The original part of the house is the basement. It's got like 4 rooms in the basement, like with an old stove from 1836, and we've renovated that. Got government off the grant. A grant off the government. Has been a long day.
Yeah.
So we got a grant off the government and did the basement up, so that's been put back to its original splendour, and the rest of the house was built on top of that over the next 70 years.
And so, how is it going to be set up as well?
So I'm trying to keep people away from the house a little bit. So we're in the grounds. But the grounds, Dad's built like this secret garden and a little courtyard. There's like all like stone walls and stuff. So it lends itself to having like there's a VIP area on the lawn, which is going to be like 100 people. Then the dance floor will probably hold about 200, 300. Then there's a little chill out space, and then there's a really nice bricked courtyard that's going to hold another space for DJs.
Okay.
So there's two different stages. There's a really nice gazebo. There's a massive koi pond. There's just loads
koi
of
pond as well.
Yeah. So there's just loads of little spaces, and it's going to look wicked.
It sounds amazing. It sounds really cool.
I've had the vision of it for a long time, so I know it is going to be fucking amazing.
Yeah.
We're doing a sunset session on the Saturday night before a little pre-party in the pub, and then obviously the main event's on the Sunday. So we're going to go to Mount Brown. If you bring up Mount Brown Sunset York and the lookout up there, we're going to do a little party up there with David Robinson playing like really nice organic deep house.
Okay.
And I got there just to chill and at night. There you go. Yeah, that one. I got there just to chill at night, watch sunset without music or whatever, and just it's the vibe up there is awesome. And I just thought, wow, imagine being up here, having a beer, and listening to some decent tunes. And
how are you gonna? Is that just gonna be running off a generator or?
Yeah, we're gonna not be too busy. Not well, it's kind of a secret party. Really.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. Yeah,
but yeah, we're running up there for a couple of hours, and we're not gonna be too loud, and we're gonna point away from the town and into the desert. So
yeah.
We won't upset anyone.
Okay.
We're not out there for long. And then
like a beautiful location.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just like 2 minutes away from the town. So that's going to be like what I want that to be essentially, because we're going to be running every year. I want that to be like the welcome to York kind of beginning of the weekend thing.
Yep.
And the vibe with that is like when I was living in Ibiza, sunsets were. Have you ever been to Ibiza?
No, I want to.
So there, right, the sunset is it's quite a spiritual thing there, without sounding too wanky, but it's like everyone, I think it's just everyone's had too many fucking pills, but it's like it's quite spiritual when you're watching the sunset, and like you've had a few drinks, you've had dinner, the buzz is in the town, and then there's a lot of DJs playing sunset sets, and then as soon as the sun goes down, it's like, right, it's on. Do you know what I mean? So that's what I want to try and create in a way, that sunset beginning of the weekend thing. So that's what we're doing with that, and then we'll have a little pre-party on the Saturday, and then Sunday's the main event. But
York's not too far away. It's only like an hour.
90 minutes.
Yeah.
90
so
minutes.
That was the
nothing,
other thing. Like,
and it's
the draw is that it's not Margaret River. It's not your 3 hours. Denmark 5 hours. It's 90 minutes. It's nothing, but it's far enough to make you feel like you're going on an adventure.
Exactly.
It's a really nice windy road out there.
And it's pretty safe at night, would you say? Like, there's no kangaroos or anything like that? Or?
No, I haven't seen any kangaroos. I've never hit. Nearly hit it once, but I've been driving in and out of there for 2 years. And
yeah.
So it's a beautiful drive. You're going to feel like you're having an adventure. And it just, for me, it just makes sense to be doing that now as well, because a lot of people want to get out of town.
That's it.
Want to have some fresh air, get
all
out.
These restrictions.
You know what I mean?
Something different, like,
and something different as well.
Yeah, I feel like in Perth, it's sort of been shoehorned into the Perth region, but we have such like beautiful landscapes and stuff.
Yeah, well, there are things going on. I mean, you've got the not Burning Man, the
Blazing Swan,
Blazing Swan.
Yeah,
and
you've
like
got
Blossom Festival,
Blossom Base Camp, and all these kind of things. Wave Rock Festival.
Yep.
These kind of things, which are great, but I hate camping.
Yeah. That's it. When you go to like Blazing Swan, you get there for 7 days.
Yeah.
And it's like Blazing Swan's like 9-hour drive or something like that.
So basically, in my head, I was like, "Yeah, I'd like to go to these places, but I don't really want to. I want to have a shower and a bed."
Yeah.
So that's the good thing with ours is that there's 800 beds in town. We're walking distance from everyone, so everyone gets a bed and a shower.
And on top of that, you're helping the community as well, because
helping the community.
That's it.
Exactly. That's a massive drive for me.
Yeah. Well, it's a good thing.
But it helps. It helps to get. It does help in a way that you're helping everyone in town. Like, I'm buying all the alcohol from, a local supplier, local bottle shop. We're having the pre-party in one of the pubs, giving them a big, nice evening. All my staff are from there. The only thing I couldn't get from there was the security.
Yeah.
Which is fucking expensive.
Yeah, security is very expensive. It's always been expensive.
And because they got to drive up there, they're all getting, X amount for driving. So yeah, that's one of the big overheads for me.
What was the planning phase of it kind of like? Because if you're buying like alcohol from the local pub, like, like how long has this been in the works for? And like,
well, we were going to do it. We were looking. me and my partner Lee Bramley, who runs Grooveyard, which is the other half of it, we were thinking of doing it before Christmas, but then it all just got a bit rushed.
Yeah.
And we were like, nah. And then he usually does a party up in Ocean Reef on the long weekend in March. So he said, look, I'll take that one off and I'll just jump in with you. We'll do this thing out in York. So yes, November really. And to be honest, every day since November, I've done at least something for the party.
Yeah.
And if you've ever run an event, I'm terrible with my phone, as most people are. But like when you're running an event, you can't help but look at your phone every 3 seconds to see if you've sold a ticket.
Yeah.
On the way here, I was like, oh, sold a ticket, excellent. You get this little horrible little fucking buzz, and you're like, oh, phone addiction. You know what I mean?
But then you've got to wait for the last like 72 hours for the.
That's it, and then it just sells. So
yeah,
many.
well, it went like that really.
Yeah.
It's like at the beginning it was great. Sold the early birds, did like 150 like that, which was awesome, and then it's flattened out over Christmas. It was terrible, like nothing. So I just pulled back on all advertising, and then it started to pick up again. But it's
I think
weird.
During that period, like over Christmas, we had another lockdown, and so all the event planners.
It's
were
weird.
Like, fuck, what do we
like
do?
I can basically what the vibe is in the community affects the ticket sales completely, and I'm like, I can be like. Yeah, there's literally no faith in hospitality at all at the moment. You know what I mean? I'll be flogging adverts and you won't be getting anything back. Or like, you know, I can see that there's thousands and thousands of eyes on a video and click through and watching and everything. But then it's, you know, they might not translate to what they should in ticket sales. And so you know that people are seeing it, and I know the product's good. I know the promo's good. You know, everyone's like, oh, getting good feedback from the videos and things like this. But the click through to buying tickets isn't what it really should be. So I know there isn't a commitment from the audience. Yeah. So I know there's at the moment, especially since the announcement of opening on the 3rd of March, there's definitely a.
Yeah, it's it. Yeah, hopefully everything can go back to normal. Because it would because it's like Foursquare made a rule, something like that, right? And with that, I guess festivals and stuff like that can't really run, right?
Yeah, but the thing is with that is that
it's on
with a nightclub, you have a set space. So if they say okay, you have 100 square meters and now it's 4 per square, they can't do anything about that. But if you're running a festival and they say it's 4 per square meters, you go okay. Well, not sound like
that's what we live on. We live on 1,000 acres.
But okay, we'll just put the fences another 50 yards back.
Yeah,
you know, it's actually.
People aren't actually going to spread.
I mean, what are you going to do? Yeah. I mean, I heard at one of the festivals they were like, "Everyone's stop going towards the stage.
Really?
Go away!" And they turned the music. Was it Snack? They did that out. I think it's one of those ones where they had every half an hour they were like, "Everyone spread out a bit."
Oh my god, I had no idea about that.
Yeah, I heard they were like. And then the DJ, they're kind of trying to hide the DJ, so everyone was like, "Oh, we want to dance in front of the DJ all together." It's like so they kind of hide him, so there's something like that. So, but you can't stop. I mean, so you can't stop everyone congregating in front of the DJ. That's what people do.
That's exactly it.
So if you're like, "Oh, that's right, we've got 1,000 square meters," yeah, but everyone's going to be in the 5 square meters in front of the DJ. So
that's it. Yeah,
there's no point in putting the fences all the way back there. No, it's like, right, you've got to stay over by the fence, but you can stand on the dance floor, like.
That's it.
It actually, in effect, just doesn't work. But so, I know they got what are they going to do?
It creates more problems than it solves.
Yeah.
So it also agitates the punters, and you don't want to do that.
Yeah, I mean, some of the rules have made sense, some of them don't.
Yeah, exactly.
But also, I've seen some people just purposely misunderstanding the really obvious stuff. It's like, you know, how can what COVID knows at 10 o'clock that I'm going to catch it? No, but you know, there's reasons. You know, you've got to understand why they're doing it. But
you have to provide that double vaccination thing at the front gate and stuff like that at all. And like,
yeah. That's all.
How have you got it as well? Like the entry, how does that work? So is it like, will it be like a proper like, you know how like Stereosonic kind of thing? You got all the fence and the bollards.
So we've got a massive driveway.
Yep.
With a really big like iron fence. Prison.
Yeah.
You will be let in.
Yeah.
One at a time.
Yeah.
It's like this really nice wrought iron white entry, and then we're gonna have like I was saying, Nina's here. Oh, Anthony's in from the UK.
Nice.
Nina.
Into the mic.
All right. Mark Jankovic. He's going to Ibiza, is he? Sick.
Yeah, Mark. He asked us last time because we had John E on, and he also did some stuff in Ibiza.
So even as Bencher said, get an electric fence.
I'll come back to his Ibiza question in a minute, but the entrance we got this like probably 80-meter long driveway. We're gonna have some mad tunnel, but I was like, for this, like, you're not gonna notice it coming in the day. You're only gonna notice it when you're walking out.
Yeah. And
it's a lot of effort for not a lot of bang for your buck. So I was like, so we're putting the money into something else. But yeah, we're gonna have a little kind of over the top tunnel thing, just a 30-meter thing when you enter. Got a nice big manifest going over the front entry. And then we've got like red carpet going up. We've got some flame, or we've got these big kind of vases all around the garden, so we're all putting flame lights through there.
Oh wow! Okay.
We've got a nice VIP area.
So you're going all out then?
Yeah. So
that's awesome.
We've been building we're constantly doing it. And then like last weekend, we got like 40 crates up there. You know, the pallets. So we built the front of the pallet stage. It's going to be a bit like, I don't know if you've seen it, June a Deep London thing where it's all crates and foliage like this all coming through. So it's going to be like that when we're building this big tin fence on the top. Got dry sparks coming out the roof, all uplit trees, but no like LEDs and all that kind of stuff. It's going to be try and fit in with the environment a little bit more.
That's pretty cool. That's the way to do it.
And then we've got this gazebo that's got big chandeliers hanging in it. Then we've got this natural amphitheatre at the back, and that's got another DJ stage in there, all rustic.
So
you got two DJ stages.
Yeah. So we've got this little courtyard, this little hidden courtyard, which is really cute.
Yeah, and
then we got the main one on the tennis.
We were looking at this, and we were kind of expecting Boris Brecher at the chateau.
Fuck, I wish. But when we were first thinking about it, we were gonna go. We were kind of thinking this vibe and just going to have the DJs on the balcony of the main and the front of the house, but then we would have had to have everyone on the front lawn. Yeah, and there's like a fountain there, and
you don't want to get mashed up or anything. Yeah,
so
let's give it back to the beginning though.
We may change the setup, but we'll run with it as it is this year and see how it goes.
Well, that's it. It's a demo because you've never done it before, right?
No, we haven't done it here, but it's been it's weird when you have something in your mind and there's this little voice that goes, don't do it, it's going to fail. But
I reckon it's going to succeed.
But when you
push through those
you've just got to put your balls out there and go, no, look, I've got a good vision, and you just got to get that vision across to people so they understand it. And to be honest, if the first one's good, everything will be fine after that. We're going to get some really good content. We've got Benjamin Ritchie's coming up taking some nice photos. We've got he's up there for 2 days taking photos. Hopefully you guys are going to get involved and maybe do some live streaming.
That's
which
it.
would be amazing.
Announcement. We're going to try
big announcement from the boys.
We're going to live stream
fresh off the press.
That's it. Cheers to that though.
Cheers to that. Yeah. And we've got a videographer up there as well. And I think if we just really nail it this year and make it really special for people, then you're done. You know what I mean? If you fuck up the first year, no one's coming back. But
as I said,
I just in my head, I'm really excited because it is. I'm really excited as a punter. I'd love to go to it.
Yeah.
And so people are on the fence about it. Come and party. And if you don't enjoy it, I'll refund you. But you will definitely have a good time.
Yeah. That's it. And tickets
guaranteed.
Tickets are not that expensive. Yeah.
Well, we tried. That's another thing. When we were planning it, we were like, we don't want to compete with other. We want to stay away from anyone else that's doing stuff on that weekend. And I know there was going to be other stuff on. I knew that was going to be hundreds of dollars. So we were like, let's try and keep it under 100. So the general tickets are like 89, I think.
Exactly.
For the final release,
and that's not bad.
So we're trying to give people decent bang for their buck because they're going to have to stay up for 2 days and buy a hotel and stuff like that. So it's not cheap, but it's definitely not expensive to have a weekend away.
Intermediate, and that's exactly, it's a weekend away.
And we've stayed away from internationals as well. We had the opportunity of getting some international acts in, but I mean, how would that have worked actually? We would have probably...
You would have had to book them for like 2 weeks.
We booked them, but then they would have thought they would have isolated, so they probably would have cancelled, and then they probably could have come in now. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because on the 3rd, they would have been able to come in. So,
But I think they still have to go 7 days quarantine or something like that. Maybe.
No, they don't.
Oh, they don't.
No.
International travellers, as long as they're triple vax.
yeah, they
Yep.
could come in. So essentially,
yeah.
if I booked someone and they hadn't cancelled it, they might have been able to make it. But the thing is, I know there's a couple of other things on that weekend that have had to make the call before he made the announcent. So
Plus, the government sort of like changes things up like a week in advance.
Well, that's the thing.
Exactly.
like guys that had internationals and interstaters coming, they they would have had you can't make the call like 3 days out because punters get pissed off. So people have had to pull their gigs. So I don't know if we'd only had maybe one international, would have gone ahead.
Who have you got on the lineup?
Yeah, exactly. I've been wanting to ask.
It's all local guys. It's all the guys that have. Because I run Kinky Malinki, I had been running, I still run Kinky Malinki, but we were running at Geisha for the last 9 years. We finished there in December. And so it's essentially all the guys that have been kind of helping me out there for the last 9 years. We've got a really good crew. Like all my guys get involved, come and help, get behind the thing. So this is kind of a bit of a thank you to them as well, really. Like
they get to go and play a wicked festival.
They get to come. Yeah, they've stuck it out with me. Who have we got on there? Me, Lee, Dexkey. Actually, Dexkey needs to be taken off. He's in America, can't come back. Fifth Day, that's David Robertson. He's a really nice guy. Done a lot for the scene.
Ben Rowe, I've heard of him.
Ben Rowe, yeah, he.
Right now. Hi, Ben.
Yeah.
Ben's there. He's started producing, putting some big tech house stuff out at the moment on Filth and Pleasure, his label. Chappers is an old mate of mine, English guy from up north. John O, he's doing all lighting and stuff, really helps us out a lot. Steve Goodwin. Oh no, I haven't changed his name back. Oh, did it say Godwin or Goodwin?
Sorry.
Oh, he's going to kill me for that. It's supposed to be Godwin. Yeah, Mitchell James, Georgie Rogers. We're trying to get some new talent in, so Georgie's in. Law, back from New York. He loves talking about New York, so you should get him on.
Okay.
He just talk about New York for 2 hours.
Yeah, well, if he's in the chat or anything, I'd love to hear about that.
Hit us up if you want to.
He hates me.
If anyone ever wants to come on, literally just message
Cody,
us.
Yeah, Cody's in there. Dan Oxenbury.
That's Cody Monroe,
yeah,
right?
so Cody Monroe. So he's actually going to be doing some graffiti for us on the day.
Really?
So because he does spraying. So he in the first instance, I said to him, "Do you want to come up and do some art?" Because I wanted to make it a bit more than just here's a stage, here's a DJ, but without getting too
But he's going to spray paint on your parents' property.
I hope not. No, around the back.
Okay.
Cody was here.
He'll have a spot for him to do his art.
So so we're going to put a big canvas up for him, and he's going to do. He's going to play. He's going to DJ in the courtyard from at the beginning 3 till 4:30, and at 4:30 he's going to go and spray from 4 till sunset. So he's got a manifest piece that he's doing. So I think it's along the lines of a logo and stuff.
What time does it start and finish then?
So it starts at 3.
3, okay,
and goes on till 12.
Yep.
Hopefully,
midnight,
I've got to. I'm still pushing for 12. I haven't got the sign off for 12 yet.
And then will there be an after party as well potentially?
Yeah.
So what can people expect when they come to Manifest? What's the vibe that you're selling?
What am I selling? I'm selling a boutique, bespoke mini festival in a heritage listed building with. It's going to be attention to detail and not big laser screens and flashing lights and corporate bullshit. It's going to be nice, but it's not going to be too dusty
in
and
your
dirty.
face,
Do you know what I mean?
Do you call it like lavish?
A bit. I mean,
more like with nature.
It's just gonna be like, because it's not, when you go to these big festivals, you're just in a field. You know what I mean? But like you're gonna on one side you've got Mount Brown Lookout, which is beautiful, and then you've got the house, which is nice. It's loads of shade and there's loads of little pieces. So there's the courtyard, chill out area, VIP. So it's gonna be fun. Do you know what I mean? Like I know when I'm raving, if there's lots of little nooks and crannies, you can like run around and this, you don't get bored. You know what I mean? You go to the bar and you can, there's a little cool place here.
I also like events that give you space to chillax.
Yeah.
And, talk to your friends.
Did you say chillax?
Chillax.
I haven't heard that for a while. Has it come back? My mate says cowabunga still.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's a Simpsons reference from early 2000s.
He's still rolling it out. I'm like, mate, you need to stop saying that.
And also, what's the best time to have a sleep so he doesn't miss too much?
Hey?
What's the best time to have a sleep at the event so he doesn't miss too much?
Who, my dad?
No, Ben,
Ben,
sure.
Oh,
Your dad.
When's the best time to have a sleep? When we don't miss too much? I don't really understand.
You know,
that.
when you go to a party that you know has an after party as well, you got to have a power nap at some point.
He won't power nap.
No, just keep kicking on.
Yeah.
Ben, chill. What are you talking
There you
about?
go, Ben.
Josh Ryan's here. Hi, Josh. Have you haven't bought your ticket yet, have you, mate? Get out here.
Called out on.
Come on, mate.
live.
Yeah, that's
Come
it.
on,
As what Marco said, 7 a.m. Monday morning.
Yeah, well, the toilets go back at Sunday night. So after the after party.
Yeah.
So there was a question up there, wasn't there, about Ibiza or something?
That Marco said. Yeah. And also, just quickly, what did Ben say as well? He said, electric fences that go up. Electric fences equal disco, free disco lighting.
and then Marco was like, free disco dance moves too.
Yeah.
Just hang on.
Is Marco coming? Is Marco in Perth?
Hopefully.
Yeah, he is. I think he's going to Ibiza it was either June or July.
Yeah.
To work, or what's he doing?
No, I think holidaying. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, here it is. Saul, do you have any hidden gem recommendations for first time Ibiza goer? I'll be heading there this June.
Okay. Do your research before you go. So get online, because you can all, like with Ibiza, they'll put up the whole season's events.
Yep.
So have a rough idea of what nights you want to go to before you get there. And then when you get there, you'll just go on a mad first night and all the plans go to shit. Yeah. That's my friends. Oh, we want to go to Pacha on this night and see so-and-so. And then we want to go. And then they get there and they just have this mad 24 hours and then...
Yeah.
And it all goes to shit. And, but have a little plan. I would... If I was going to be one thing, go to Satrincha Beach in Salinas. That's a really wicked spot. Go there.
How do you spell it? So Mitch can look it up.
Salinas, which is Salindas, and the beach is called Satrincha, which is Satrinxa. It's like it's next to a nudist beach, and it's just and there's loads of hippies there, and everyone just smokes weed.
Really?
And it's just it's fucking chill. And it's not as expensive as a lot of touristy bits.
Okay.
Yeah, here at the bottom of the island.
Yeah.
So if you can go on
it's next.
Google road.
That's a big salt flat there. So you've got these big pink salt crystal lakes. Oh, cool. Beautiful. But yeah,
change the layers to satellite then, Mitch.
That's a wicked beach. And my other tip would be don't stay in. I'll probably get slayed for this, but don't stay in San Antonio.
Why is that?
Because it's just full of drunk English people.
Oh really?
Yeah. And like
that sounds alright.
Everyone goes there. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, everyone goes there when they go to Ibiza the first time. They go to San Antonio and just like go around these horrible bars and stuff. I sound like a snob, but yeah, I never stayed there.
So do you like
booth rats? Nina is a booth rat. She is a booth rat. Actually, she's saying that because I showed her our access all area passes for Manifest today, which that green, or luminous green.
Yep.
And they have access all areas on it, and it says Manifest, crew, DJ, or booth rat.
Oh, booth rat. Very nice.
Because I know there's going to be her going, give me an access all areas pass. I'll be like, all right. So, yeah, she'll come under booth rat.
I have the same problem when I throw my events. Like you come out, and you're like, only VIPs can have it, only the DJs and the event, managers.
Booth rat.
But no, you end up like 75% of them just go out to your friends.
Yeah. I was going to ask as well. So with Manifest, have you had to do much licensing at all for like liquor and everything like that?
Yeah, well, because we do weddings and stuff at the venue.
Okay, it's already got.
It's pretty much got that. Just have to get a special license for the event itself.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So with the special license, is that for a certain capacity kind of thing?
Yeah, it's 250 to 500 capacity.
Okay. Yep.
So yeah, and I think when you go over 500, then you're getting into a different bracket, and a different category, and then you're putting yourself. You have to have more stringent things.
Outdoor events at the moment are limited to 500 anyway.
Are they?
Yeah,
I thought you could still do big events as long as you were kind of jumping through hoops and stuff. I don't know, because I didn't have to work it out, but
I guess it really if it's a licensed venue, it might be different.
But we had this is a interesting little tidbit. This week we actually had somebody phone the police.
I saw something on Facebook. Your story. Yeah.
I don't normally like to air my dirty laundry.
Yeah, but what happened? Tell us.
But I thought, to be honest, this will probably get a few sales, so I'll just put it out there, and then once I get loads of traction, I'll just put Manifest at the end. And
Yeah.
What happened was, I turned up back in York after being in Perth on Saturday, and there was 2 police at the venue in York at Faversham House, and they said, "Oh, you Saul Bliss?" And I said, "Yes." And they said, "Oh, we you came to get a confirmation from us during the week for the liquor license." And I said, yeah. I said, "I just needed you to say that you were aware there was an event happening here, so I could go to liquor license and apply." And they said, "Oh yeah, cool. We give you the letter." I was like, "Yeah, I know." And they said, "Oh, and so what is this party?" And I said, "Oh, it's I showed them the thing online and said this, we got security, toilets, everything's in line. Been to the Shire, got the noise regs sorted out, and the neighbours are aware. They've been sent letters. We've done everything straight down the line." And he said, "Oh, because we had a call last night from an older lady in Perth. She wouldn't give her name, and as soon as he said that, I was like, oh, here we go." And he said she wouldn't give her name, but she said you were having a maskless anti-vax rave for 1,000 people. And I went, "Well, no, that's not what's going on." And so
seems like you've got a hater.
Yeah.
One.
Yeah,
I got a few, mate. I got a few. Probably lurking in there, some of them. One of the 16 in there.
It's not the angry lady that called the cops.
But somebody tried to shit on my parade. But
do you know exactly who it was?
I have a short list.
Yeah, a short list. Yeah.
Yeah. Of about three or
This
four.
is your opportunity to call them out live.
Yeah.
No, they know that I know.
Yeah.
That's enough.
Yeah.
And to be
if
honest,
they're watching, they know that you know.
to be honest, you block and delete and you move on, don't you? Really, with
That's
these
it,
people, and you're still living in their mind rent free, like years afterwards. They're
Exactly.
still ringing the police about you. Like,
Yep, that's what happens
you
with
loser.
ex-girlfriends, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
Or it's me with them, but
Yeah, all that. Yeah.
but yeah, I mean, it's sad, really. I mean, they got to wake up every day and be that person. Whereas, we kind of we don't really care what they did.
Just move on and just do whatever. Yeah.
So it's sad, but it goes with the territory. I said to the guy, I kind of expected you to turn up at some point with someone trying to throw a bit of mud, but I said we're straight down the line. It's our first event in York. We don't want to upset anyone. We're squeaky clean. Show them all the paperwork.
And they held events like this, similar to this one before.
Well, weddings
and stuff like that. But we've been there 18 years, and they've never had any complaint or anything from the police. So they were totally cool. And as he said to me, like we've been told to enforce the COVID rules with compassion and not with a boot.
Not with force.
So we're not here to get involved. And I said, well, okay, we'll see you on the day, and you can come up and have a look at the things. And he said, look, unless I get a phone call, I'm not gonna. Yeah. You won't see me.
Well, shout out to the York police.
Yeah, they're good guys. They're good guys.
So as well. So that lady doesn't even live in York.
No, she lives in Perth.
She lives in Perth, and she's like, where? Kind of thing. Yeah.
So she's just trying to.
Shit on your
trying to get me
parade,
shut down. But I mean.
Yeah, but you're following all the rules.
I think it was probably just a few too many glasses of white wine on a Friday night, and she grew some balls and thought she'd make a stupid phone call. Yeah, probably woke up on Saturday morning, realised how stupid she was, maybe or not.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, they said. I mean, they said, look, we got to follow it up. But as soon as I said, well, I've got a short list of who it could have been. Yeah, they're like, yeah, don't worry. Anyway, so it was cool, to be honest. I'm quite glad they come up because it means I could talk to them and show them my COVID plan, and they could be aware of what's going on, and they're more than happy with what we're doing up there. So, in fact, it was brilliant.
What actually goes into making a COVID plan?
It's just ticking the boxes, really.
Okay. So you get like a checklist kind of thing of things you have to abide by.
Yeah, you have to prove that you're doing the right thing. Just play the game and make sure that you're checking people and doing your bit. I mean, you can only do so much.
Exactly.
I mean, the security guards can only do so much, and if I guess if somebody wants to jump the fence and try and have a party, I mean, we've got wristbands and we can check, and
that's a whole
we can sort that out. We got more security than we need, more security than we need for that exact reason. But yeah, so it'll be cool.
Are your parents going to be inside the house as well?
No.
It's like, oh my god, it's so loud outside.
Did you have to
That's it, to the curtains.
Did you? Because the way I usually tempt my parents to let me use the place is, I'll pay for an Airbnb, an Airbnb for the night.
No,
Go enjoy yourself.
my dad was the worrier, but he's going away for the week, and then
we got Buddha in the chat. Marco, Bencher still.
Don't worry about checking your phone, so it's just me buying a manifest ticket. Go on, Marco. Yeah. Oh, this is probably a good time to say we might
we're gonna give away a few tickets tonight.
we might give away a couple of tickets.
Yeah. So maybe
although everyone in that chat I think is probably coming.
Yeah, probably.
Let us know if you don't have a ticket to Manifest yet.
Yeah, who hasn't got a ticket to Manifest?
Yeah.
And we might give you one.
That's it. Put it in the chat and we might
This is how
might
we
do a
roll.
giveaway.
Quiet. Tumbleweed. Wow, that went there well.
Yeah.
We're on like a 10-second delay. So you gotta give
Okay.
him some time.
Give him some time. Paul
There you
Larkin.
go, Paul.
Anthony Correa.
Yeah.
Anthony, you're on
Yeah,
are we getting some stuff off you?
We'll
Then what's
repeat
your
that.
wristband?
So just repeat that. If you're in the chat, because we just had like another 4 people join.
Justin, I've asked you to come. Like, wait, I've asked you to come to my party like 15 times. Josh Ryan, any VIPs? Yes, there are. Yes, there are. They're $150. You get a free bit of bubbles on arrival and a lanyard.
Is that right?
Yeah.
You get to join the VIP.
That sounds
Just for
alright.
clout.
Yeah.
They don't actually work because you need the wristband. If you take the lanyard off and give it to your friend, we've already worked out that.
Okay.
Thing. All right, so
Yeah.
the wristbands are the thing that works.
Yeah.
Buddha, do you want to come?
Yeah, so we've got Justin, we got Cameron Anderson.
Okay, let's put them in the mix then.
Yeah, only 41 VIP tickets, Marco reckons.
There's 41 VIPs left.
Yeah.
FYI.
There might not be green lanyards.
Well, we got Buddha, Josh, and Anthony. Do you really want to come? I thought we're getting our higher stuff off him. Hasn't he got a free ticket anyway? Should have.
Anthony.
And so, how have you programmed the sets list and stuff like that? So, did you say there's 2 DJ stages? Or?
Yeah. So we started with one, and then I wanted to use this courtyard area, so we set up another one. The first stage is going to be more housey because our crowd is a bit older, so it's like proper UK house music, through to like a bit more techie at the end of the night. And then the other stage is going to be pretty techie, really. George Rogers and that plays some deep tech stuff, and Lee
I'll be chilling around.
Lee from New York plays harder because there's no point in playing the same music on both stages. We're going to try and give some
variety.
options for people.
Yeah.
So, if people go a bit hard too early, they can go in the courtyard and get involved early.
Do you have like a site plan as well for people to see?
Yeah. So we kind of...
Can we pull that up at all? Or?
I haven't done it yet.
Okay.
But it's...
so you have one.
It's another thing on the list, but it's I've been kind of dripping out the promo bits by bits, but the site map's going out on the weekend. We've got dancers, we've got this graffiti artist, we've got a vocalist now as well, who is awesome. She's really good. So I sent
name drop her. We can try. What's her page? We can try and help her out.
She is on the list there. She is called.
Oh shit!
Might have to do some updates.
They haven't put her on there.
Oh, I can't. I put her on like under the DJs as like the vocalist, but that's terrible. Okay, I'm gonna have to sort that out.
All right. Well, what's her name though? We'll pull up her page. Oh, okay. All right. We'll pull you up. Yeah, just give us a second. This is what happens when you're managing a festival, though. There's so many cogs in the works. Like
yeah, there is.
Yeah,
like, I wake up in the middle of the night and I'm like,
I haven't done that.
Yeah,
I need to do that.
We're using this Asana thing, which is like a project management thing, which is really helping to keep things on track.
Amanita?
Sorry?
Amanita?
It's just someo's...
Hilltop
so that's David Robinson, who's going to be doing the sunset thing.
Yeah,
I'm trying to find the girl's name. This is very bad of me.
Here's some more pictures of the property, which...
That's such a beautiful
property. That's the aerial shot. So,
circle with your mouse, Mitch, where things are going to be.
Right, so on the left-hand side of the picture, basically, of the left-hand side of the house, you can see that secret garden at the top there. Yep. So that's going to be the courtyard. So that's the second stage.
Okay.
So there's a natural amphitheatre in front, so it's like leveled up steps.
And people can just chill in that amphitheatre. Yeah. Okay.
And then so you've got the green grass bit, AstroTurf at the back. And then in there, if you come forward in front of the amphitheatre, that's where the koi pond is and the chill out space.
Okay.
And then you come down a bit further onto the gravel where the bar is. That's a VIP area there.
Yep.
So you go left onto the gravel, the grey bit. That's where the bar is and where the graffiti is going to be. And then you come forward where all the trees are. to the left there, and that is where the main dance floor is.
Oh wow, okay.
So it's got loads of cool little spaces for, you know.
What's going to be on the right-hand side then as well?
So that's fenced off really, because that's the front of the house.
Yep, that's fair.
And there's lots of breakable stuff.
So it's mainly contained to the left side of the property here.
Yeah, so essentially that the left-hand side of the property is all that.
Okay.
And
I mean, that's more than enough. It looks huge.
Yeah.
So.
Well, it's every little space probably takes about 100 people. So that's the entrance. So we're going to have
that's a beautiful entrance
so
with the big iron gate.
Yeah, so that's the big iron gate.
Yeah.
So we've got a big manifest
like logo kind of
top,
thing.
yeah, so like Hollywood sign kind of thing going over the entrance there with got this big star mirror ball, but it's a star one instead of like a round circular. It's like this star mirror ball that's hanging up there.
Sweet.
So that's going to look pretty cool. And I also got this massive cuddly gorilla that I'm putting in the tree to freak everyone out.
Oh, really?
We usually leave it at the back of the house, and when visitors come around, they go, "Fucking hell, what's that?" So I'm going to put it in the tree. It's going to fucking freak everyone out. I've got some merch as well.
Okay.
Got some stubby holders coming.
Nice.
So that's cool.
Just stubby holders at the moment, or
I want to get some other.
one.
I want to get some other stuff, but I'm just running out of time really.
That's
and
it.
I want to get a limo to the event.
But there's a local limo driver who's already been contacted by people to ferry them around, but most people are like within walking distance. That's the best thing about it. It's just like the whole of town is walking distance. So and that was the first video we did.
First promo. But still, it looks like such a beautiful place.
House and techno.
Yes. So that was eventually, that's where we were going to do it. That's the little gazebo area there. That's a courtyard that goes into the second space there.
Yep.
So cool little courtyard.
That was with
Dad built all that.
Really?
Over the last 15 years, yeah.
Wow.
So that's the courtyard, and there's the front door.
That's so cool.
So it's a nice place to party. It's pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very lucky that your parents own a place like that.
Yeah, like, it's taken me 2 years to turn around to it, but yeah, I go through phases of being like, what the fuck am I doing? It's hectic. But I know it'll be worth it. I mean, look at that view. That's just the view we're going to have on Saturday night, just to kick it all off.
Yeah.
So it's something different, you know?
That's it.
It's something I'd want to go to. Do you know what I mean? I think that's the key, isn't it? You've got to promote something that you would go to, not just like, oh yeah, we'll just put loads of screens up and kids will come and get fucked.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
John's just asked, will this rival anything you've thrown in Ibiza?
It's all club stuff in Ibiza, really. I was looking after Kinky Malinki brand over there, so we were doing monthly parties in like super clubs. So like,
super clubs.
Yeah, that's what they call it. Like 3,000 people.
Another good transition point, I think. Thank you, John.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
We want to get into your
yeah, we've just been talking about Manifest for an hour, haven't we?
So what's actually like? So with the story, like let's go back to the beginning. Yep. So you ended up DJing and stuff like that, and like
so I started DJing, and then
because you went to raves and stuff like that.
So I went to raves, and then I got to the age where I could go out, and then I was collecting all the records because that's the only way you have the music that you went out with. So then I was the guy with all the records. So when you had a house party. And so it was like we got decks, and you're the only one the music that we've heard out in the clubs. So, you know, and there was no Spotify or anything like that or any mixes. So you had to have the guy that had all the tracks. So I was the guy that had all the tracks. Me and my mates. It was like you're playing. So it wasn't like, oh, I want to be the DJ. It was just like, oh, I've got all the music. Yeah, okay, right, okay. I got to do it. I got to do it then. I've got the music. So I was always invited to the parties because I had the music, and that's how it started. And then I remember my mate saying, from Reading, who was at Reading Uni, Alex, big shout out to Alex, my best mate. He said, they want us to DJ at the pub down the road because we've got all the music. I was like, oh, wicked. And he was like, we're going to get paid. I was like, what? We're going to get paid to DJ? And he was like, yeah. I was like, fucking hell. I was like, that's amazing. Like, I'll do it for nothing. I probably still would, do you know what I mean? But you don't want to tell people that.
Yeah,
but,
that's it.
Yeah, like I'm going to get paid for this. And that just blew me away. And then I left London, came to Australia. That was in 99, 98. Came to Perth, and I was like, I'm not going to use my degree. Fuck this. I'm going to keep DJing. Just like
as a quick heads up as well, if you go and spend 4 years studying a degree, and then it's kind of like your way to figure out what you're doing in the world. But
it was helpful. Like
I
did psychology and sociology and stuff like that. So it kind of stuff that I enjoyed, and it helped me understand people. So I mean, it did kind of make me.
Well, that's it. It makes you an adult in a way, but at the same time,
I don't deny. I'm glad I did it, but
yeah, yeah, okay, that's good then. I mean, yeah,
I'm glad I did it. Everything teaches you a lesson. I'm sure there was a few lessons that I learned along the way in there, but
that's exactly it.
But I don't think you have to go to uni to get on.
Well, that's what I was going to refer it back to me in a way. Like, I've done 3 years of business degree and dropped out because I partied too much. I did 2.5 years of electrical engineering diploma, dropped out because I started getting work as a DJ too much. Yeah. And then I went back to Curtin University, did 6 months of graphic design, online advertising, and thought, stuff this, like, I'm just going to keep DJing. And I was in the right place at the right time, managed to meet the right people. And then just started.
But the thing is, as well, you'll find a path. Like we were talking about, you've got some other options that you're trying to explore.
Yeah.
And I think when you're 21 or whatever, you don't have a fucking idea what you want to do.
Exactly.
I mean, I'm only kind of working it out now. I'm 47. Do you know what I mean? Like, you look back when I was 21, it's like, you're gonna set your path for the rest of your life when you're 21.
Yeah, and stay in the same job for the rest of your life. Yeah.
Like, that's mental, isn't it? Really, when
to be honest, you hear this from a lot of people of all different ages. Like, they're still not sure what they want to do with it.
No,
exactly.
Just like take the opportunities that you have, go for them.
I'm just happy that I got something that I really enjoy doing, and that I jump out of bed to do.
That's it.
And like I'm passionate about.
And that's what you got to do. Is you got to find
a lot of people don't have
love.
that. A lot of people go to work, get home, put Married at First Sight on, and then get up and do the same tomorrow and the next day. And to be honest, if they're happy doing that,
they're happy.
They're lucky because I'm not that person. I haven't got a TV. I don't. It's not.
Yeah. That's a good thing because TV it's pretty bad at the moment.
Well, Aussie TV is terrible. But I mean,
it's terrible.
And also like the news and everything, it's like it just filters into you, and after a while, it just brings you down. After a while, especially at the moment. So,
that's it. Yeah. But anyway, continue though. With what you're saying.
So I came to Australia, and it was before the internet. So I actually had a tape. It was tapes. So I had a mixtape, and I had 2 flyers that my mate had photoshopped saying I'd played with Paul Oakenfold and somebody else, and I went round every single place in Photoshop.
So obviously not. You didn't play with the Paul Oakenfold.
No, 2 bullshit flyers that I have never played at with this mixtape because I was from the UK. I would just like blag it, and I was just like, yeah.
So I
just went around all the venues, and it's before the internet, so they couldn't go, has Saul Bliss played with Paul Oakenfold? No. Yeah. It was just like, unless they phoned up Checkpoint Charlie in Reading, they would have never known. They weren't going to do that.
Of course not. No.
So I blagged my way into a gig, and then it just, as it happens, you get one place, and then you network.
No, I don't think so. They'd look you up, and they'd be like, "You get looked up with Paul Oakenfold."
But it's completely different now. Like when I came over, there was, you'd put UK behind your name, and it kind of meant a little bit.
Yeah.
And my UK was behind my name for about a year and a half.
Yeah.
But it's
it does
completely different now.
It sells tickets though. That's the thing. It's like
it does.
It did in the day.
Yeah.
It does a bit now. Like when COVID hit, a couple of years ago, and we stopped having internationals, I thought that was a good thing, really, because I thought, the local scene and the local artists get a bit more of the spotlight. But after seeing it play out after a couple of years, I actually don't think it's actually that good in retrospect, because there's a lot of people that only go out for international DJs.
Yeah, there are.
So if you don't have them coming out, there's a big section of people that go, well, I'm not going out to listen to so-and-so.
That's
just local DJs.
Yeah.
There are a lot of people that only go out if there's a big DJ, which is a bit shit. But
it's helped with our local scene, though.
But it helps the scene. Yeah. So I think that, and there is a transition period of maybe 2-3 years. There's a group of people that will come out for 2 or 3 years, and then they move to Joondalup and get a house and get babies and stuff. But, do you know what I mean? If you've got a whole 2 year period where you haven't got an international DJ, so you miss out on the whole group of people that haven't been out. And so I think, especially, the house and techno scene, where it does thrive on having those international artists, if you don't have them, it's actually a bad thing. I thought it was a good thing because, local artists get more support, but there's a load of people that just don't come out.
But that's where it's so interesting, because it's like with the Perth nightlife, like we've got house and techno, but drum and bass has like always dominated for such a long time. Not so much now.
Yeah, the bass scene's always been very strong here.
Yeah,
because in a way, I think because it's it's such an isolated place, it can get away with being its own little eco, what am I looking for? What's the word?
Like hub kind of thing.
Ecosystem.
Oh, ecosystem.
He's
yeah,
good
yeah.
with this.
Yeah. Jamie, yeah.
Yeah, it's like we got our own little ecosystem, our own little bubble, and we can get away with kind of making our own rules to a certain degree. I think that's why Breaks lasted so long here and did so well here, is that it kind of like has that thing. But also I think bass music has always been a bit of a stoners thing, and I think there's quite a few stoners in WA.
Yeah, they probably are.
I think that helps a bit.
That's good, but slap a label on
We get high
that.
here in WA. No, it's
Yeah.
Charlie or...
That's it, yeah.
Indeed.
We're in the
Charlie,
country,
yeah,
eh?
it's definitely not Charlie.
It's all
Yeah.
expensive and too shit.
Yeah. Let's see that.
Marco's just said, I've had 3 career changes and I'm 32. Chase your dreams, people.
Do it.
Yeah.
Chase them dreams.
That's exactly.
Oh, Carly Rae. Sorry, there we go. Carly
the
Rae
girl.
is our vocalist. I'm so sorry, Carly. I'm shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, Carly Rae is our vocalist. I saw her on a friend's. She was singing at somebody's pool party. I was like, wow, she sounds really good, even just through somebody's shitty phone. So then I messaged the guy whose phone it was, and I said, who was that? He was like, it's a girl called Carly Rae, and I looked her up, and she actually works for my mate who books all the DJs at the Garden, Ricky, another very good friend of mine. Big up the Ricky.
Yeah.
And
We'd love to get her on because I think we need to get some more lay vocalists on.
Yeah, 100%.
yeah, she's awesome.
We've
But
only
she'll
had
be
one.
singing at the thing.
Well, at Manifest, I'll slide a business card over to her.
Yeah.
I'll be like, hey, how you doing, gorgeous?
But,
Come on our podcast.
But she's. I mean, I wanted a vocalist in. That's always good. So she's going to sing some big vocal houses that everyone's going to have a good old sing.
But like
Sunset, I reckon.
Okay, yep. And just for who's playing Sunset then?
Well, it was going to be Brendan, but he's stuck in America now, so I'm going to shift things around.
Yeah.
But I think Sunset's going to be the best time, like that little kind of like transition from light to dark. That's a bit of a magic time, isn't it? It's always the best time to DJ.
With her singing, is she singing to her own backing tracks?
So basically, it's going to be a dub version that she's singing over the top of. So I don't think she knows the tracks that I want her to sing that well. So I'm going to supply her with the vocal version and the dub, so she can hear the vocal version, and then she can try and match that on the dub version. So I need to find a track that's got a vocal and a dub. I've got one already, but I've got to find a couple more for her.
Yeah.
But I've tried to do this in the past, and it didn't work, to be honest. Just because of the levels and stuff like that, and it was in a live environment, and there was so much feedback, and I was just like, this is a nightmare.
Yeah.
But
have you got a sound guy for the festival?
But yeah, we've got we're setting up early. We're going to do all sound checks and stuff like that, so it'll run a lot better, and so she'll have the opportunity to.
She doesn't even need to have a backing track. You could just play an instrumental house track, and literally sing any song that's a similar key.
I mean, the easiest way is to do this dub version, but yeah, I mean, she could. I mean, if she's got the timing right and the phrasing, she can essentially sing it over the top like an a cappella or something.
Worked with her before?
Nope.
But you've heard her stuff. Yeah.
Winging it.
Yeah, that's the way to do it.
She knows what she's doing. I've got complete faith in her, and we'll.
Yeah, if you got complete faith in her, then that's completely fair.
What time does it kick off? Buddha. It kicks off at 3 p.m. and it goes till 12 midnight. But there, as I said, on the Saturday night there is a little sunset secret party up on the hill, which is going to be amazing for a couple of hours. And then we've got the pre-party in the Imperial Tavern, which is a very nice, another heritage pub. We've got the beer garden out there from 7 till midnight on the Saturday.
You're going to have one of the biggest nights of the year.
So it's a couple of days, really.
Yeah.
Perfect, I think. Two nights, as long as people don't get too burnt out on the Saturday and keep themselves.
Well, I think
some people are just going to fuck it and they'll go straight through. But that's another thing. I think when you go to a lot of parties, you don't get people there till like 8 or 9 at night when it gets dark.
Exactly.
But I think with this, because people are coming up on Saturday, I think they're going to come in like 3, 4, 5, and there's shade there and everything like that. So it's not like you're in a straight. I
did notice you'd put like accommodation and stuff up there, so you're expecting a lot of people to stay the night.
Yeah, well, in my head I was like, come up on the Saturday, make a weekend of it, and I was thinking, do I put buses on? But to be honest, no one's asked to do the bus thing, which is good, and everyone's it's
not far from Perth.
90 minutes.
Yeah.
Everyone's kind of clocked into and checked into the idea of it being a 2-day thing. I didn't really have to.
If you were a sober person, you could leave at 12 and drive home.
Yeah,
quite easily.
You could go. You could drive out there and back.
Yep.
But I think you'd miss out on so much by doing that.
Yeah,
because the whole thing is like,
Pre-party.
go up there on the Saturday. You'll be walking down the high street, and there'll be like, everyone will be bumping into each other. Everyone's got their hotel rooms. Come see my hotel. It's going to be fun.
Yeah. And
It's
so
gonna be
it's,
so much fun.
it's on a long weekend as well, right?
It's a long weekend.
Yeah,
Yeah. So Monday's
exactly.
off. Yeah.
What public holiday is it? Do you know?
It's not Queen's birthday, is it?
Might be the Queen's birthday, maybe.
If she's still around.
Yeah, that's it. She's got COVID now as well.
What are we laughing?
Yeah.
Poor old lady.
Yeah. She's the most powerful woman in the world, but
She's going to strike us
Labor
up.
Day.
Labor Day, okay.
Labor Day weekend.
Apparently, can you look this up, Mitch? Right.
Yep.
Apparently, the Queen is getting life support systems installed into her throne so she can sit there and survive.
What, even when she's like right on the edge?
Yeah. Apparently, yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
Thing is, I
Oh,
think
maybe
I
not.
think you've been duped by something.
Yeah, maybe it was fake. Yeah.
I'd rather just. I think I'd just have the plug pulled at that point.
Yeah.
Don't really want to be sat on a chair kept alive.
To be honest, if I was,
She's pretty
I'd probably
old.
just ask Stan at this point.
Just take me down the back of the garden, put
My-
a shovel over the back of my head.
Shit. Queen Elizabeth II. Bang.
Down the back of Buck House with all the roses.
whack. This coming from a British person.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, I don't think the monarchy have got long left, really.
Yeah.
I mean,
she's pretty
one's-
old.
They've been through quite a few scandals lately as well.
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah. But she
Yeah.
is the most powerful person in the world, though. She technically owns like something like 68% of the earth.
It's all fake power though,
Yeah.
and it's not 60% of the earth anymore.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I don't mind. Yeah.
They're there for you.
Yeah.
Just by rider.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. All the DJs get a rider.
I've made it.
Yeah.
Right, so where are we at?
Yeah. So,
What else we got?
so
We're supposed to give away 2 tickets, are we?
yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Sure, I'm not sure if they're messing about though. Just Paul Larkin, do you want a ticket? Because he's a good lad.
All right, hit us up again if you want a ticket. Go, go, go.
Yeah.
First one to say you want a ticket, and you'll
a
come in, you'll get it.
Yeah,
Who
that's
wants
it. Yeah.
Go,
Go.
go, go.
Go, go, go,
We
go.
got 10-second delay. So.
First one to comment gets a ticket. They're probably just like loading. We're probably getting spammed.
Just transplant her body. I don't
Oh,
need
thanks,
one.
Buddha.
Oh,
Well, there you go.
killing my vibe. Fuck you. Lay off the beers, old boy.
Everyone's
no one
ignoring
wants
the
a
free
ticket,
tickets.
yeah.
Going for your beer drinking.
Jesus. Thanks, fellas. I thought you were coming, Josh. Justin.
Justin says Justin. What?
Justin, ring. If you want me, just text me, mate. You know that.
Yeah.
I thought your kid was having its tonsils out or something. That's what you said.
Yeah.
And then you were like, oh, I didn't know whether it was going to be right. I would buy one if it was free. It sounds great.
That's what we're saying,
You
though.
don't have to buy one. I mean, you're not free, but we're
I would
giving
buy
away
one,
for free.
but if it was free, sounds great. All right, buy one then.
That's it.
I tell you, what, you buy a normal one, I'll upgrade you, Paul. Don't do me any favors. Just buy. Just
Yeah,
come. Just
yeah.
come.
Just have a good time.
I am enjoying the beer. Yes.
Josh doesn't know either.
Fuck me.
Can't
Give it
We
away.
had like 5
that's
people
it.
before. Where's everyone
Yeah.
gone now?
That's it. Yeah.
All right.
All
It's
right.
all right. We'll ask
No.
again at the
Yeah.
end of the podcast.
At the end of
All
the
right,
podcast.
I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna beg.
So let's continue the story though. So what actually happened? So how did you get to Ibiza then?
Right. So, so I was in London, uni, blah 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 blah. I left, came to Australia, DJ'd for a little bit, and then I was with a girl, and she wanted to go to London and check out Europe. So I said, "Yeah, I'll come back with you." So I went back. We broke up, and instead of like flying back to Australia with my tail between my legs, I was like, "Fuck this! I'm gonna have it off in London for a little bit." So instead of like having a couple of years, enjoy myself, and well, no, that sounds bad.
Just yourself, eh?
Instead of like having a couple of years and then come back to Australia, I met another girl. I fell in love with her. Ended up working at MTV for 6 years, and kind of
MTV.
yeah, and then
You were hiding that one for us.
yeah, and then and so yeah, I stayed for 6 years, but I hated London by the end of it and had to leave. And so
Really?
I had to leave her behind, which was
Okay.
gutting really. But so
But-
I was in MTV for 6 years, and then I was like, fuck this.
What were you
So-
doing in MTV? That's huge because back then MTV was a massive thing. Like,
Yeah, it was pretty cool. So my best mate's wife was working at MTV, and I'd gone back to college when I'd come back to Australia when I was 30, and I was like, I need to retrain or something. So I went back and did interactive multimedia at TAFE.
Okay.
So I did that, and then I took that to London, and my mate's wife was working at MTV, and she said, "Oh, I could probably get you a job interview. Like, what have you got?" And I was like, "This," and she goes, oh, "Okay, I'll have a word." And it's kind of, it's who you know in this world. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it really is.
And so she was like, I can get you a job I can get me an interview at MTV. Like, as long as you don't fuck it up, like you're shooing. So I went along and kind of bullshitted a little bit and made up a few things that I'd been doing a bit of graphic design, but then I was like, I said, I had a graphic design agency and blah, blah, blah. So kind of just blagged it in there really. and then suddenly I'm working at MTV, yeah.
And what was your role though?
So I was graphics coordinator, it's called TX Link developer.
TX Link developer.
Yeah, so
you're doing some back end stuff.
Yeah, so I was basically the middleman between what goes on air and the graphic designer. So they'd say, we want this graphic to come and do this animation, and it needs to pull up the car information for Justin Bieber, and then the next one when it's Queen, put it on. Like, so
you have a team of graphics designer send you the assets, and then
they send us the video and say, this is what we want it to look like, make it happen. So you'd be like, okay. So you set up all these, like, we had this bespoke like software that was built by designers in MTV. So they'd build this software, and we'd work with them, and we'd make all this new bespoke software that would animate all this stuff into the system. So we were running like 30 channels across Europe. So we were doing like all the seven MTV channels in UK, like MTV Dance, MTV this, that. Then we do MTV Poland, MTV Madrid, all the Europeans, France, Spain, Scandinavian channels. So we do all the graphics for all the 30 channels, like a team of 5 of us. So yeah, and so I did that for 6 years.
That's pretty cool though.
And my brother had a nightclub, so we were booking like we booked Calvin Harris and Pete Tong and stuff like that. But before Calvin was big.
Really?
Yeah. When
he was big.
We booked him, and he got that number one. They
Bonkers or something. No, not Bonkers. Dance With Me.
Yeah, I think Dance With Me went to number one. I think there was one after that. It was the really ravey one.
Acceptable in the 80s?
No, after that. Anyway, we booked him, and then he went.
Yeah,
he had a number one, and so that was mad.
Yeah.
And the weird thing with that one. Oh, hello, Ruth. She's watching.
Shout out to Ruth.
We got the Ruth. She's one of my Ibiza friends. She does makeup in Ibiza and works for Adidas and stuff like that. She's a superstar.
Holy shit! Okay.
So yeah, the funny thing with Calvin, not that funny, but anyway, we booked him for the club, and then the next day I drove back to London to hang out with my girlfriend, and we went for a walk in Hampstead Heath, and it started to piss down with rain. I was like, fucking hell. So we ran under this tree like that, and I looked to my left. There's fucking Calvin Harris. And he looked at me, and I was like, was he? And he was like, were you in the club last night? I was like, yeah, fucking Saul. And he was like, yeah. What the fuck he said, what are you fucking doing here? I was like, what are you fucking doing here? He goes, well, I live up the road. I said, well, I live up the road as well. So I'd like booked him one day, and then the next day bumped into him. I've never bumped into him again. But
oh my god,
it was weird.
Still, like, he's a superstar.
Yeah, but
he's
I was like,
world's most
and my girlfriend was like, that's Calvin Harris. I was like, oh fucking hell, it is. I said, and he was like, weren't you? And I was like, yeah. It was weird. It's one of those things.
Yeah, look up world's most paid DJs, because he's like number one or something like that.
But he's had a lot of work done, and he doesn't look like that anymore. The picture I've got with him, he's like,
really?
But he's Calvin Klein model now, isn't he?
Calvin Harris, number one.
That's it. Yeah. What, has he actually had like plastic surgery and stuff?
He looks like he has.
Yeah, okay.
Doesn't he?
I wouldn't be surprised. He's number one. Like,
yeah, because
his net worth is $300 million. He's done a solid effort.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I remember actually reading something where he used to work in like the equivalent of an IGA as a checkout chick. Like, apparently he did that, and then he just like honed in. It was, checkout guy.
Checkout chick.
Aussie slang.
Checkout person.
The checkout person. That's it.
It's 2020.
Oh, come on,
man.
Yeah. So then, okay, so you bumped into Calvin Harris, and then what happened after?
So we hung out, and then he went into Hollywood and never spoke to me again.
Yeah.
No.
How did Kinky Malinki come about?
Yeah.
Oh, the Kinky thing, yeah. So I was working at MTV and hanging out with a little crew of DJs and that. And one of them knew Paul Crane, who, hello Paul, big man. He owned Kinky Malinki, still does. And my mate said, our mate Paul does these parties at Ministry of Sound and Turnmills and all these really big clubs. If we sell 150 tickets, we can do the side room. So we'd sell 150 tickets to our mates, book 3 or 4 DJs, and have the side room at Ministry or whatever. So we do it as it was called Jam Basher. So we had a little crew called Jam Basher. So we were doing stuff for Kinky as a side room thing. But then when I went to Ibiza, Paul said, "Oh, do you want to help me run Kinky over in Ibiza at Eden?" I was like, "Yeah, cool." So I'd like pick up all the DJs, run them around, put up all the flyers, make sure the posters are up, run the promo groups.
And so it was called Eden.
Yeah, Eden in San Antonio.
San Antonio, okay.
So we were running a monthly out there, and then by the end of it, he was like, "Oh, I'm not going to come out. You just do it on your own." So he'd leave me to it.
Because I always, so you own Kinky now? No,
it's a gentleman's agreement really with me and Paul. There's never been a contract or anything. I've flown him out here once to see the place, and it's good for everyone really. But I was hoping to bring him out for Manifest, but he's not vaxxed, so he's not going anywhere.
Yeah, unfortunately, yeah. But maybe in the next couple of years.
Yeah,
maybe,
when we can fly again, I'll fly him out because I owe him. But yeah, so that's how Kinky came about, and then I was doing Kinky in Ibiza, and then when I came back to Perth, I was like, I'll start doing Kinky at Geisha. So that's 9 years of there, and then we did our in Bali as well. And
so how did you get into Geisha? Because you've been there forever, right?
Yeah, I've been playing there for 12 years maybe. It's weird because when I first came to Australia, it was so hard to play in there. Like they had their, Gully and Joby and these people, their residents, and like no one else got looking. Like just closed shop. It was just 5 guys, 6 guys. They played every week, and no one else. It was like there was hardly any rotation. So I find it funny nowadays where you got people who are maybe DJing for 6 months and they're like, I want to set a Geisha. It's like,
are you involved much with
fucking hell, man! It took me. I had 5 years, 6 years of waiting. Like,
are you still involved with Geisha at the moment?
I haven't played since Kinky finished there in November, and it was actually the gig that shut down Perth because we had a hotspot there with the French backpacker.
Oh really?
Yeah.
What is it with the French backpackers,
yeah, fucking French.
One of the warehouse,
really though, like yours was
a warehouse in West Perth.
So they went to the barracks.
Yeah.
And then they came to Kinky, and then they went to Connections. So I was down south in Denmark, and I got this. It came up, and it was like Perth, Northbridge nightclub on hotspot. I was like, fucking hell. And then it was like Kinky, and then it was like Geisha, and I was like, hang about. That was me. Fuck.
Yeah. So, and what were you thinking when that happened?
I was thinking, we've all got COVID, but no one in Geisha got a dose. No one in Connections got a dose.
Really?
So
yeah,
I don't know. Make of it what you will, but I think everyone got it from the backpackers more than they got it from the events.
Yeah.
So
anyway, where they're pissing and shitting and stuff.
Yeah, I haven't played there since December. So if anyone's watching, why am I getting booked again?
So have you got plans to resurface Kinky there?
Yes. No, I'm not going back there.
Okay. Okay.
Well, I mean, I will go back there, but Kinky, no, we've actually found another home.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Are you able to? Yeah.
No.
No.
I don't want to yet.
You don't want to shoehorn yourself.
I want to get. I've just signed stuff today, actually, with the place. So yeah, we're going in there in April, the 29th. But I want to get Manifest out the way, and then we're gonna push on and give it a really good go at this new place. So I'm really excited actually because 9 years at one place it's long enough.
Yeah, it's a long place. Yeah,
and you can only I'm very enthusiastic about my stuff, but even me, like it's ready to
something fresher.
Yeah,
something new.
Yeah, it's a challenge. Otherwise, you do get lazy. You can't help it.
I've often wondered, like, how do you keep an event fresh when you're running a weekly or a fortnightly event?
It's hard.
Venue?
Just quickly as well, Anthony has just said that apparently there were cases from the French backpacker at Perth Mess Hall.
Okay.
Maybe, yeah. Yeah, okay.
Well, I don't know what it is with French backpackers, but there was...
They spit everywhere.
I thought they'd have a really high immunity because they eat garlic a lot.
Right.
That's racist.
Well, it's not COVID, but they always seem to get in
that's
trouble.
Racist, but whatever.
Because there was a warehouse venue that was for like underground scene stuff in West Perth. And that got closed down because a French backpacker decided to climb onto the roof and call the cops and like wouldn't come off the roof. And so the cops got called and the place got condemned.
Really?
Yeah.
Because of a backpacker?
Yeah.
Is that that rave place that we went to?
Yeah.
I thought there
That's
was
where I held Wavelength.
No way. Okay.
That's gone now. Doesn't exist.
I thought it was because there was a fight out the front or something like that, and the cops got called. Not that a French backpackers
It
just
was
on
the
the
French
roof.
backpacker got in a fight with the doorman and climbed up on the roof and then called the cops. And the cops came and was like, "We're shutting this down, and then we're calling out City of Perth, and we're going to have the whole building checked."
Yeah.
And then they came in, and then they were like, "This building is about to collapse. We're going to condemn it."
Was he
Oh,
shouting
wow.
in French or English? What was he shouting?
I wasn't there. I've
a
only
poor,
heard
poor,
the
poor.
stories from the
Yeah, that's it.
Anthony also says our gear was at that party also.
Really, at the Perth mess hall.
Does he mean drugs?
Yeah.
Is he?
Yeah, what kind of
Maybe.
gear?
Yeah,
Shot in
that's
food.
it. That's it.
Oh, he means lights.
Yeah, lights.
Ah.
Yeah.
We've got 10 minutes left, by the way, guys.
Oh, yeah. No, we'll keep going a little bit longer. We're going to get this story out of the way.
Yeah. So which one?
So which one? So you went, how did you, Ibiza?
Yeah, so I did Ibiza. So I did 3 seasons there.
How long is the season usually then?
So season runs from May till September.
Okay.
So I did 3 seasons there, but I was coming back to Australia in between. So I was doing summer there and then summer here, summer there, summer there. So
Very
it was
nice.
wicked. Yeah, it's really good. But it's tough out there and the money's shit.
Yeah.
And it's expensive.
I got told it's like $8 for a bloody bottle of water, like £5 or something like that.
and the rest.
Yeah.
In the super clubs. But I mean, if you're working there, you know everyone. So it's like here kind of vibe where
Okay.
if you go see your mates at work, you get a bar card and blah 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 blah, and
Yeah.
you don't pay for anything if you know people. You get free guest list to
Yeah.
get into the club, so you don't pay your $50.
How
to
big
get
are the
in.
guests lists sometimes, and like how long are the lines and stuff as well?
Well, the guest lists are like they're like workers' guest lists, and they might give away 300 free.
Okay.
3,000 capacity club or whatever.
Yeah.
How long does it take to get in from a decent line? Like,
Oh, they fucking get you in quick. Yeah, they get you. I mean, they know what they're doing. They get you through.
yeah. Okay.
I was condemned because it had COVID on it.
Anthony was just saying he was at Perth Mess Hall, and also his AV lights and gear was at the condemned warehouse as well.
Because
Okay.
somebody coughed on it.
Someone's getting around a lot, Anthony.
He's got a lot of gear.
Yeah.
So yeah, they get people in pretty quick in Ibiza. They know what they're doing, but they jam you in. Like some of them clubs, like Ibiza, Amnesia. Like I don't like crushes, and there's certain times where I've walked out there because I'm just like, this is not good. Like
Too hectic.
just it's like crams in, and I'm like, somebody's gonna die here.
What are the like laws and restrictions and stuff in Ibiza like?
There's none.
If there are any at all.
There's a lot of that going on.
Yeah.
Kind of do what they want really to a certain degree. There's
Well,
a
it's
lot
just
of
a party island,
there's a lot of lawlessness. It reminds you of Bali a little bit.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people going out there to run away from things.
Okay.
There's a lot of kind of people, doing naughty things. Bit like Bali as well. It's got a lot of similarities to Bali actually. A lot of the kind of same people are kind of
Just
running
way
away.
more expensive.
Running around away from stuff. Yeah, just way more expensive. Yeah, so I did 3 years there, and I was like, I feel like I've done this really. Like I've always when I went there, I was like, this is amazing, and I thought, oh, what would it be like to live here? Because when you go to holiday somewhere, you're like, this is great, I'd love to live here. But in reality, there's living and holidaying and 2 different things. But in fact, it was pretty magical living there. There's
Really?
a completely different side to the island, like a lot nicer side.
Ibiza equals hedonism.
It does, yeah. I mean, it's got the best clubs in the world. You can go out. It's like having Saturday night every night for 6 months. Like every club has got like, you look at the magazine. You're like, when you're fresh there anyway. You like, oh, I've got to see this guy tomorrow. Oh, this will be amazing. Oh, that'd be amazing. And they are. Like you do 6 days and you have 6 amazing nights out. It's amazing. But when you live there, you kind of pick and choose, and you say like, next Tuesday we'll go out to see somebody on this sacred rock that's a private party, blah 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 blah.
And so, how big actually is the island? Is it kind of like Rottnest or something like that, or
It's
is it?
probably, I reckon it's
It'd be bigger than Rottnest.
5 times Rottnest.
Okay,
Can drive across the island in half an hour,
half an hour.
north
Okay.
to south in 45 minutes. Up the north is where all the hippies are. And then down south is.
And so, why are all the hippies up north? Like,
So Ibiza used to be when everyone was getting chucked into the army in the 70s, I think it was.
yeah,
All the hippies and the people that didn't want to get put into army ran off to Ibiza. So all the hippies and the musicians and all the that lot,
Okay.
or fucked off to Ibiza and kind of hid there, so they didn't get put in the army, in the Spanish army. So it's always had that history of like creatives and that kind of vibe. So that's where it all started, and that's where there was a lot of kind of parties and stuff there.
Yeah.
And then a few English DJs went over there and went, wow, this is amazing. And then
One
they
of
went back
those
to London.
old scenes did start with sort of like counterculture,
Exactly.
anti-authoritarian, like
Exactly. It's like freedom, isn't it? It's like that hedonism, freedom, and people that from the 9 to 5 kind of go, oh wow, that's good, isn't it? And then
it's a different world.
it turns into Ministry of Sound CDs and glow sticks and David Guetta.
Yeah,
20 years later
and stuff. Yeah.
But it all starts somewhere. But it was a good time. I met a lot of people, learned a lot. Met some of my best friends, my lifelong friends, actually. But it wasn't easy. It was tough. It's tough. There's a load of DJs there.
Yeah, that's it. Everyone's just trying to fuck the gigs in a way, right?
Yeah, it's fucking tough. I mean, you've got to be really hungry. If you're not hungry, it'll just spit you out and you'll go home.
Yeah.
But I mean, I've seen people really make it big from there. Like people like Sam Devine. She was like DJing in this little bar in town, and now she's defected head honcho, really.
Okay.
But it's good to see. It's when you've been around for a while, it's good to see people like come through, because you're like, well, if they can do it, like Joel Corey.
Yeah, Joel Corey.
He used to work at MTV.
Okay.
He used to be like the T-boy for MTV production.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And he was
Joel
like,
Corey.
I remember when he first came to work, me and my mate were like, see that fucking idiot upstairs? Because he used to come into work like in Geordie Shore, kind of like stringlets and all this stuff, and we were like, not really office time, mate.
Yeah.
And then he was working on the Geordie Shore program.
Yep.
I hope he's not watching. He probably isn't. Too fucking famous now, isn't he?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Because he's had a few songs in the charts.
So he was like, he had a number 1 in the UK.
Yeah.
He's like on the Brit Awards and all this. He just quit his Kiss FM show in England, so he must be doing well if he's quit, prime time London radio station.
Yeah.
Anyway, so he was T-boy for MTV production. And then he was working on Geordie Shore, and then I think he was like, right, well, how can I get onto Geordie Shore? So he started fucking that fat girl in it, and then he was like, right, I'll get in the back door.
Yeah.
Not literally, but like,
Or literally.
he was like, right, this is an easy target. So he started banging her, and then he kind of got into it, and then he obviously wasn't working for MTV production anymore. And then
making it onto the show.
Yeah, he was kind of like, this is Trace's boyfriend or whatever, and then it was like Joel, and it was like, so he was kind of like little kind of side piece now and then, and then he started making some tunes, and then he made that bootleg of At the Love Parade by that got taken down, and he got absolutely trashed for it, didn't he?
Really?
Yeah, because he did it like an illegal bootleg, and it went to number 1 on Beatport, and then the original guy like called him out on Facebook, and it was all a big ugly thing.
Yeah, okay.
But it actually probably gave him quite a bit of clout.
Well, that's the thing, right? Any publicity is good publicity.
To a certain degree, yeah. I mean, it got him at number 1. I mean, obviously, I had to take it down and look like a bit of a dick, but he's done well. I mean, from me laughing at him wearing his stringlets at MTV, now he's you think he's playing at Hakkasan or something in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
And that is big money.
Yep.
You know
That's
what I mean?
exactly it. If
So
you
I
get
was
a chance
like-
to play at Las Vegas.
I was like, fair enough.
Yeah.
Like, I can't be a hater. Well done, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
So yeah.
So we always ask our guests, well, we've just started doing this recently, but like, what's the most out of control gig that you've done? Or like the worst gig you've done? And the best gig you've done? And so like last night with John E, we had a out of control gig where it was like a bridesmaids party, or like a bucks party, and it got way out of control.
I jumped off the stage onto someone once.
You jumped off the stage.
Yeah, he
onto
threw a
some-
bottle on me at my head, and I lost my shit and dived off the stage. I remember that one. That was
Where
good.
was that?
It was in Northbridge. It was in Varga Lounge. It was,
Okay.
and it was where it was called Brooklyn. There was Varga Lounge, and then it's ice cream. No, it's what's it called now? Ice Cream Factory. You know the one next to Paramount.
Yeah.
What's that
Coconut
called?
Grove?
Yeah, Coconut Grove. So
Okay,
it was
yeah.
like 10 years ago, and I remember it was like at Christmas. And at Christmas as a DJ, you get a lot of shit.
Yeah.
And I remember saying to my mate Daz K, the night of this thing, I said, I'm fucking losing my shit at the moment because I'm getting so much grief off people. You know, when you have a few Karens and you start to get fucked off.
Yeah.
And I said to him, I'm fucking not in the mood for this anymore, And I remember I went to work, and this guy comes to the front of the stage. I was DJing, he comes to that stage, and he was going, "You're shit, you're shit," and I was just like, "You're fucking shit," and I was like, "Fuck it, I've had enough of this." So I was like, went down to the front, and he had his bottle like this, and I said, "Sorry, mate," and he was like, "I don't think your music's very good." And I was like, "That's not what you said, is it? Say what you said." And he was like, "I just think your music's very good." I said, "Say what you said." He goes, "Your music's shit." So he had his bottle like that, and I went, smacked it out of his hand, and then walked off. And as I walked off, he picked up the bottle and went, dong, bounced it off the back of my head. And I was like,
no more.
And I just turned around, and there's like stage about this high. And I just like jumped off the stage and grabbed him. Like, we were scuffling on the floor, and then we both got chucked out. And I said to the bouncer, I'm like, I'm DJing in here. And he was like, "Oh, well, you can't fight people." And I was like, "Well, yeah, but music's going to run out, so let me back in." So that, I mean,
very nice.
And then he was outside like, "Fucking get out of here, get out of here." And I was like, "I'll finish at 10, stay there."
Yeah.
See you in a bit.
So yeah, it's that wasn't very good.
That's awesome.
This is another fighting story, but it's a good one.
Okay.
So I was playing Summer Days. Oh no!
Here we go. Story time, guys.
I was playing at Summer Days, and it was 2012, maybe. It was when it was like they were really big. It was like 10,000 people.
Yeah.
And on our stage was Dave Spoon, Felix the House Cat,
Really?
David Guetta,
Shit.
Seb Ingrosso, Benny Benassi.
Yeah, just some huge fucking names.
Yeah, just
And then
casually.
we did the fucking 12 till 12:30 or whatever.
Yeah.
First set, me and Kenny L. So we did the first set. I'd been playing till 6 in the morning night before, so I was pretty shattered. And then we got on the Coronas, and then by 5 or 6 o'clock, and Seb Ingrosso was there before he was in Swedish House Mafia.
Yeah.
And we were all on side stage. Guetta's playing, 10,000 people, it's going crazy. And Ingrosso's chatting his groupies up, and I'm drinking a Corona, he's got a water, and he's just acting like a dick. And he went past me with this water and went like that in my face, like with water, and I was like, fucking hell.
Really? This is in Grosso?
Yeah, just like spraying people being a dick.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
But it was just water.
Yeah.
So, it wasn't that bad. But I had a Corona, so I was like, fuck you. So I was like, and just like sprayed him in the eyes.
Sprayed in Grosso.
Yeah. So like, lemony Corona in the eyes.
Yeah.
And obviously he didn't take to that very well. So he's fucking like, he swung at me. I ducked and just went bam like that and smacked him across the face. He went down, and then he gets up and he just rugby tackles me off the side of the stage. There's 10,000 people. David Guetta's here. He spear tackled me off the side of the stage. We've got one of these big industrial fans like this that you have at those festivals. We bowl this fucking fan off, me and him Grosso, off the side of this 6-foot stage platform. Off the side, and then fucking Benny Benassi's there trying to pull us off. All this shit.
Oh my god!
And it was just hectic. And,
no shit.
And I was like, "Fuck, this is not good." And so when I went back on stage, and then the promoter came up, and he was like, "What the fuck's going on?" I was like, "Oh," and he was like, "Get out!" And I was like, "Shit!" So Andy Scalia was.
Yeah.
So did you get kicked out?
Yeah, so I was like, "Oh, I'm going." So I went out the exit, went down, and I rang my mate. I was like, "Mate, you're not going to believe this." He goes, "I know already." I went, "What do you mean?" He goes, "Yeah, somebody in the crowd rang me and said Saul's having a fight on stage." I was like, "Oh, fuck." So it already like got out there. So he rang me and said, "What's going on?" I said, "Oh." And then as I was talking to him, Ingrosso comes out the back of the stage and like looking around this, and I was like, "I've got to go." Like, he fucking wants round 2. I was like, "Oh shit!" So I was like, "Come on!" So he comes running down the fucking thing, and I'm like, "Here we go again." And he was like, "Hey, no, we're friends. We're both DJs. We've just come to have good time, drink, party. Like,
this is
just
Grosso,
yeah." He's like, "Come back. No, all good." I was like, "Yeah, cool." So we just went back home, like had tequila shots and stuff, and the promoter was like stood there.
It's good that you made up at least.
So it was good. Yeah.
You got to fucking have a.
And then I got a photo with me and him. We were like this doing the old boxing stance. So I got a photo of me and him going. Oh, and then the next day I was getting all these phone calls saying, "What the fuck happened yesterday?" I was like, "This hangover," and I was like, got that like hangover regret thing. And I'm like, "Oh no," and yeah, never played Summer Days
Probably the
again.
best thing to ever happen to you, I think.
No, you never got to play Summer Days again, though.
I never played at Summer Days.
Yeah. But still, you like look up.
Good story though.
Yeah, that's it. Look up Swedish House Mafia. That's fucking nuts.
So that was that was a good. That was a good one. That was
that's
funny.
so insane. They're fucking superstars.
They are, yeah.
Like,
Nothing to do with me though.
Yeah, that's it. But you push.
But yeah,
them
he's a
off
big
stage.
fucker. But I clocked him. Yeah, it wasn't a punch. It was like a bitch slap.
And he's the one
The one on the left. Yeah,
on
far
the
left.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was all good. We ended up having tequila shots and being friends.
Yeah, that's still pretty cool.
Yeah, it was
he'll
cool.
remember you. Like,
I hope so.
yeah.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I feel like I've, made an impact in his life.
That's
Most of the impact was with my hand
Yeah.
across his face.
That's it. And he's just like, fuck her.
But yeah, this guy. Fuck this guy.
Yeah, that's it. Perthy's not. I got slapped.
Yeah, so that was good.
Yeah.
And then the best party I've ever been to, I wasn't playing at it, but it was probably a boiler room in Ibiza.
Really?
That went for 3 days.
3 days.
Yeah. And it was in the Cirque du Soleil owner's villa.
Okay.
So he had all his performers from Cirque du Soleil there, and I thought it was like you had to pay for your drinks and all this kind of shit. But then I went to the bar and said no, it's all free. So they had like a cocktail bar. They had one of those chocolate fountains with fondue and shit.
Yeah.
And then they had a sushi rack here, and then they had and it was free for like 3 days. And it was Jamie Jones and WAF and
Really?
it was a boiler room thing. So I'm in the background of the video, and every 6 months somebody would send me a text and say, "Were you at the fucking Ibiza boiler room? I can see you on your phone like looking really bored behind Jamie Jones."
Really bored behind Jamie Jones.
So yes, I'm just like stood there just going like,
No shit.
I'm like, yeah, great. So yeah.
What's the time signature? We'll see if we can pull it up.
Oh nah, don't do that. But
It'd just be him on his phone. Like,
but that was the best party.
What if it's like free sushi, free chocolate
Mate,
fondue?
you just like the best food, the best entertainment, and it was just like all the cool people from Ibiza, basically. No one could get a ticket for it, but we knew some people at Mixmag, and they got us some tickets for it.
Some people at Mixmag.
Oh, my friend,
casually.
Yeah, my friend was writing there, and she said, "Oh, I know someone at Mixmag might be able to get us some freebies for this party tomorrow." I was like, "Yeah, fucking, I'm up for that." And
that's amazing though.
but that's like kind of goes down in folklore, that party. A lot of people on the island say that was one of the best parties they've been to. So that was in my last year as well. So I was like, do you know what? It's quite a good way to go out.
Yeah, send it off with a
Do you know
bang.
what I mean?
Still.
Stage dive.
Yeah.
Congratulations, you read 100 messages. Is that good?
Yeah, that's just a race stream thing.
it's just a thing saying that we've.
Shout out to Shauna.
Shauna Greenfield, are you coming to Manifest yet? Shauna, have you sorted your ticket out or what? Because she got a free ticket to Rome, but obviously that's been cancelled. So
Yeah, she was getting everybody to buy tickets to collect for their free ticket prize. So
yeah, she won it.
and they had to cancel. But I'm guessing they're.
She's not getting a free one off me. No, she'd asked one before. I would have given it.
Right.
All right, well, should we wrap things up then? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, because
went quick, didn't it?
Yeah, well, I think we're a little bit over time as well. So,
Yeah, we've run 10-15 minutes over time.
all right, well, can we play the Manifest video again as well?
Yeah, roll that.
So, thank you very much for coming on, though. And
It's a pleasure.
you got to come back on. We got to talk more stories about stuff you've got.
I'll probably have some after Manifest.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's some of the good. They're good times. But yeah, it's mostly like Larry stuff that I don't really do anymore. Kind of a bit more, bit more chilled.
Well, how old were you when you were in Ibiza?
35.
35, really? Okay.
Yeah, so quite late, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I expected you to say 24 or 25 or
No, I
something.
left it. I always thought I had this feeling, right? If I'm going to lie on my deathbed and really regret not going to Ibiza and living there and trying it, you know what I mean? It's one of those things where I thought I have to do this, and so I went and did it. Yeah.
Yeah, very, very nice.
But it was not easy. But fuck, I got some good memories of that place.
And so, just before we roll the video, where can people find you? And what gigs have you got coming up other than Manifest and stuff?
I do a lot of bar stuff. So I'm at like Garden, playing like funk and chill and stuff like that. Also, I'll give a shout out to Tomasino's restaurant in Mount Lawley. I play a disco set in there on the weekends, and they do amazing Italian food.
Okay, I'll have to check that out, definitely.
Yeah, it's like during the week it's no DJ, just nice Italian food, and then on Friday and Saturday you have a DJ and it gets a bit more party.
What was it
Where
called
was it
again?
again?
Tomilo's.
Tomasino's. And it's in Mount Lawley.
Mount
On
Lawley.
Beaufort Street?
Bow Lane.
Bow Lane.
That little lane away up by the new pub, the Elford.
Oh, the
up
Alpha where
that
the
end.
Scotto used to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, just doing bar stuff like that really, and then just getting ready for Manifest really, and then Kinky will be back, and so we'll be locked into that.
A lot of work to do behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're getting to the sharp end. So there is a lot. There's certain things you can't do until 2 weeks out, really.
Yeah.
So they're all the things that are doing now.
Yep.
But there is, it's just, and things just. Things are coming up that you're not expecting. Things that like I went to get 30 cartons of Corona today, and I went there to see the guy, and he was like, "Oh no, we haven't got it anymore." I'm like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" So I've had to order that from somewhere else and get that tomorrow from York. So it's just there will be little potholes in the road, but it's to be expected, and that's the test, isn't it? How you deal with that shit. Just try and stay calm.
Yep.
Right, so Manifest on the 6th.
Yep. So the 6th of March is Manifest. That's the next one. Come and see us.
Come to York, spend the weekend.
That's it.
there.
Yeah,
Come
if
to
you
York.
see us around, come
anyone
say
that
hi.
knows me or wants to get in contact with me through my Facebook page, Saul Bliss, I'll give you a nice little discount. And also, if there's any nurses listening, I'll give you a free ticket because you are doing an amazing job, and I don't think you get enough props.
Yeah,
really.
no, 100%.
Shit pay for an
Guys,
amazing job, really. So, I've had a few people in hospital and they've been looking after them recently. So, if you're a nurse and you want a free ticket, hit me up. No problem at all.
Yeah, you heard it first from the man himself.
All right.
So
That's about it.
yeah,
I'll see you all at Manifest, including you two.
that's it. Yeah,
Definitely.
yep.
We'll see you there.
Sweet.
All right, cheers very much for coming on, and we will see you guys at Manifest.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right, here is the video. We'll see you guys later on. We'll see you in a fortnight for some more guests and more party stuff.